So here in Australia, the country's leaders are putting together a road map out of lockdown. And yesterday there was a bunch of announcements and dates dates were put out there where everybody would be allowed out, have their freedom back. For a lot of people this was really great news. But I've been sharing with you how to find peace, lasting and enduring peace. And so I want to warn you, be really mindful and careful where you put your trust. Having a hope that things will go back to normal, trusting in the leaders that make these announcements and these predictions as to when things will happen, they're really silly places to invest your hope and your trust. Investing your hope and your trust in our leaders and in their predictions is building a foundation for your life. It's building a foundation of expectations on shifting sands. And look, I'm not out of line in saying this. I don't want to be a dissenting voice, but seriously, just go back and look at what was said by the same leaders, these same people last year. We're not going to have snap lockdowns. We're not doing the lockdown thing anymore. People will say whatever they have to say in the moment to get whatever they got to get done. It's a terrible place to put your hope and your trust. And what it leads to is a ton of mental anguish. The stress, if you're feeling stressed, maybe not now because you put your hope in these new, dates. But if you're being challenged with stress and managing just inner turmoil, it's probably because you built your house last year, last month, on these terrible foundations. You built them on what these people said. You trusted these people and you trusted what they said. They're not great places for foundations. You've built your house upon the sand of their promises and predictions. And I look around at the moment, and a lot of you are going to do it again with the faintest smell of good news. Everybody's like, yes, and and a good news announcement from the 7 o'clock news, or a new freedom announced from the 11 o'clock press briefing. Oh, seriously, stop it. Stop putting your hope and trust in these things. They're not good foundations. Stop and think about what perhaps even subconsciously you're doing. You're going to end up wrecked. You're going to end up all at sea. Here's the pathway to real and enduring peace. Now, what I'm sharing now is not popular, it's not easy, but it is true and it is proven, and it's got 2,000 years of evidence to back it up. If you want lasting and enduring peace, then your foundation needs to be Jesus Christ. Here's what he said, and it's recorded in Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 27. Anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it is wise, like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes in torrents and the floodwaters rise and the winds beat against that house, it won't collapse because it is built on bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey it is foolish, like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rain and floods come and the winds beat against the house, quick side note, that's exactly what's going on at the moment, and will continue to happen, it will collapse with a mighty crash. What Jesus said is we got to build our lives on the foundations that he sets. And this is what he tells us to build our life on, his teaching. He boiled it down in Matthew 7 down to a one-liner, snappy one-liner, which is a great starting point for where to stick your foundations. This is the simple, single, solid foundation. Matthew 6 verse 33, seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and he will give you everything you need.